Parashat Shoftim describes an awful situation. The dead body has been found. No one knows who murdered the person, and the people who live nearest must take responsibility. Now, there is a line of thought that suggests that all the parashiot in the build-up to Rosh Hashanah, besides their general message, have particular message, nuances that can guide us towards preparing ourselves for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And taking responsibility is an important concept. I can't tell you how my blood used to boil in my last season as a teacher when you would ask a kid quite innocently, hey, do you mind just picking up that piece of paper or the water bottle on the floor? And the response would be, but it's not mine, therefore why should I do it? Explosion of rage filled my body. What do you mean it's not yours? We're responsible for the environment. And here the Torah really puts a focus on people taking responsibility. The Rambam and other commentators seem to indicate that this public ritual of taking responsibility, and yes, there's an aspect of it that's very hard for modern sensibilities to understand. You break the neck of an animal in a brutal ceremony which is meant to symbolize the murdered victim, and it makes a loud noise. People hear about it. Each person in the nearest village or town, city, wherever it might be, is assumed to be the perpetrator of the crime until, of course, we know who that person was. Everyone has to feel it's their responsibility, and publicizing the fact that someone has been murdered hopefully will encourage people to investigate, look into it, take that responsibility and say, it's my problem as well to know that these things shouldn't happen in the place that we live. But responsibility is a big one. So the challenge this Shabbat, think about responsibility, talk about responsibility, especially with younger generation. Maybe for many adults, we grew up in a different world where we just took responsibility. It was part of our education, and very much in the generation today, not so keen on doing things that are not their problem or not theirs. But here we have a ritual that suggests take that responsibility, make a noise. You know, what are the benefits? Number one, the family might never, in the olden days, might never have known that the relative had been murdered. You know, a wife might not have known that her husband was never coming back home. And making a sound, making a noise would allow her, hopefully, closure. If she finds out that her husband has died, she could then move on with her life as a widow, or maybe she'll have to do chalitza, whatever her situation might be. So when we take responsibility, it's not just doing the right things for ourselves, it's actually have a bigger impact on society. Perhaps if I'm not for myself, who am I? If I'm only about myself, then what type of person am I? That was the wisdom of Hillel. So powerful and so pertinent. And it's a message that definitely emerges from this week's parasha. Shabbat Shalom. Ktiva Chatima Tova.